Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda.
Yes, Nithyanandam, everyone. Go ahead and share whatever your third eye revealed in the chat. All others, also please post your darshan experience. Yeah, now I'm projecting the picture, what I projected. You can see your response. So, the purple greenery. Okay. Yes. Now, we have been learning about the feeling connection with the Guru, feeling connection with our higher self, which gives everything that we want. Swamiji says again and again that you have the feeling connection, you are blessed. The most blessed being is the one who has the feeling connection with the Guru or with the divine. And we have heard Swamiji multiple satsang. We heard him say that the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma is all about guru-disciple relationship and the feeling connection that the disciple has for the guru and how it leads him to his higher self and manifest everything. So let's, we have been watching just before the satsang about fall in love with your higher self. So now let's continue watching that. Swamiji is sharing about fall in love with your higher self. Privilege.
Bhakti Sampradaya of the great Shaiva Nayanmars and Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa, Vittaladasa, Dasa Parampara, the great devotees like Meera, Andal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from the Narada's Bhakti Sutras, the whole Bhakti Sampradaya finally evolves to the ultimate surrender. We call it Atma Sharanagati, and the science of completion. The science of completion is from the Advaita Sampradaya, Yoga Vedanta Sampradaya, and the science of surrender is from Bhakti Sampradaya. How both complement each other. Please understand. Ultimately, the complete completion happens when you don't even bother about complete completion. Even the desire or the effort for the complete completion is surrendered. Even when that effort is surrendered at the feet of the divine, the complete completion happens. The science of surrender. Please listen. Listen sincerely and intensely. The more and more and more completion you do, the more and more and more the surrender starts happening in you. I need to define surrender. Surrender is no way starts with powerlessness or gives you the powerlessness experience or ends in powerlessness. Surrender starts with powerfulness, leads you from power to more powerfulness, ends in ultimate powerfulness. Surrender is no way connected to powerlessness. Many times in your powerlessness, that giving up, you call it as surrender. No, giving up is not surrender. Giving up is not surrender. ध्यान से सुनिए. Listen. Giving up is not surrender. A Shiva Bhakta will never give up on himself or others. Surrender doesn't come by powerlessness. It comes by tremendous powerfulness. The signs of completion and the signs of powerfulness both complement each other. The signs of completion and signs of powerfulness both complement each other. When you complete more and more, you become powerful. When you surrender more and more, you become powerful. More completion leads to more surrender leads to more completion. Completion is nothing but falling in love with your higher self. Decide to reside in the higher self. Surrender is nothing but falling in love with the embodiment of higher self, your Ishta Devata. Your Ishta is nothing but your higher self. Surrender should lead to more and more Ishta, not Kashta. Naturally, surrender leads you to more and more powerfulness, not powerlessness. It leads to more and more powerfulness, more and more joy, more and more strength. Understand? When you carry the space of surrender, everything in the life listens to you. Even a plant drops all its thorns just by your request. How do you think just our Gurukul kids are able to talk to plants and the plants are listening to them? And they are dropping their thorns. Understand, it is not a myth or a story I am talking. We can show you in front of your eyes. The surrender makes you deeply powerful. The space of completion makes you deeply powerful. Surrender is misinterpreted, given wrong meaning in the Western thought trends. There the word is used more like in the war, when you lose, you drop all the weapons and surrender. Here I am not using in that meaning. The word surrender has totally different meaning in the Bhakti literatures. So maybe I may not even want to use the word surrender in English. I'll use the word Sharanagati, just in Sanskrit. Sarana Agati. It's such powerfulness. The powerfulness radiated by the devotees. Andal was not weak. Akkamadevi was not weak. Meera was not weak. Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa, Vittaladasa, all the great Dasa Sampradaya devotees are not weak. They were never weak. Understand? Kanaka Purandara Vittala Dasas, Meera, Akkamma, Andal, all of them are not weak. They all lived in the space of powerfulness. Even completion you can intellectually grasp, even if you don't practice, just watch the satsang, you will intellectually grasp what is the completion, what is the power of completion, I am sure. See, the completion can be understood even if you listen intellectually, but the Sharanagati is surrender. You need to see somebody experiencing and radiating it. You need to be around some great bhakta, devotee. Because it is such a beautiful experience. You need to see that radiating in the body language. Saranagati, surrender, can't be understood just by the intellectual. Intellectually, if you try to understand, it will only lead to that surrender happens during the war period. Only that meaning you will get it. Which is out of powerlessness, kind of a giving up, a failure, drop out. But the Bhakta Sampradayas, the Bhakti traditions do not mean that kind of a surrender here. You become more and more powerful, more and more strong, more and more intelligent. The Bhakti Sampradaya, its definition of surrender is totally different. So understand, more and more practice of surrender leads to more and more experience of completion. More and more experience of completion leads to more and more practice of surrender. Today I just wanted to introduce this theory, this science. Next few days I will expand on the nuances, the details of these both sciences and how both sciences complement each other, support each other. Knowledge leads to power. The way of thinking, if your way of thinking, if it is leading you more and more power, making you more and more powerful every day, you are thinking in right direction. If your thinking is making you powerless every day, you are thinking in wrong direction. Please listen. Whether it is violence is not power. It actually makes you powerless. That is why you become violent. The world, life, universe responds to exactly the way you behave with it. If you are violent, constantly violence is given back to you. If you are peaceful, how many ever people try to disturb you, harm you, they will not be able to be successful. Constantly you are given the peace and victory again and again. When the science of completion connects with the science of surrender, the space you create becomes reality. Because all your individual incompletions should be completed. When you are complete, your individual identity should be surrendered to the cosmos. then cosmos functions through you. Individual identity is made out of bunch of incompletions. When all those incompletions are complete, you surrender yourself to the cosmos. I tell you, please listen. Whenever you do tapas, especially a sincere routine with integrity, like how we do in our Sangha, early morning, everyday yoga, completing with the body, then all the panchakriyas, then all the great spiritual truths, completing with the mind and soul, creating the Vedic mind. Actually, after some time, you guys even take it for granted. Do you see? If we study, we will prove it. We are the largest community in the world with the lowest physical disorders, any illness, physical and mental both. Please understand, if we start recording, we may be able to even create a Guinness record. The largest community living together with the lowest physical or mental sickness. With such minimum food, so much intense thinking and working. You guys take health for granted. Do you know the people living outside the world regularly fall sick and go to doctors? But this integrated routine, when you follow it so authentically, automatically your body and mind goes to the space of completion. From that space of completion, if you surrender, any space you create becomes reality. God supports you, God protects you. Experiencing the signs of surrender and completion is what I call Kalpataru. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching with eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapītam, Nithyananda.
Now, let us do one technique, connecting with the existential energy. In this technique, we use we are going to reconnect our own deepest being and to rediscover the deep connection between the whole of existence or the master or your favorite deity and ourselves. We're going to have a connection, establish a connection, whether it's a favorite deity or Swamiji or the formless existential energy. This technique will appeal more to emotional people. It is to be done with a feeling of deep devotion. And any person for whom you feel a deep devotion can become a bridge for you to touch the divine. When we connect the existential energy through awareness, you bring all your awareness for this connection to establish. We experience universal consciousness. When we connect to the same energy through Bhakti, we experience God within and without. So sit with a deep devotion. Now, instructions. You may feel deep devotion to someone, or you may feel deeply connected to someone in your life, like God, master, parents, friend, teacher, a leader who inspired you, a person who contributed something memorable to your life. You can remember more than one person as well, even 2 or 3 people who mean a lot to you, like your lovely mother, your radiant master, your favorite God, or your beloved friend. Step 1. Close your eyes and sit in a relaxed way with your spine erect. Head, neck back, straight leg. Remember any person who creates a deep devotional feeling in you. As mentioned here, it could be anyone. Remember any person whom you feel deeply connected, who is an inspiration for you, to whom you turn whenever you want to spiritually rejuvenate yourself. It could be your parents, your teacher, your guru, or your favorite deity, anyone. Remember the transformation they have created in your life. Feel deeply connected to them with your whole being. Allow your whole being to melt with devotion. In this mood of deep devotion, become aware of the gaps between the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. You deeply connected with your favorite person or deity or the guru. With this, when you're in the deep feeling connection, become aware of the gaps between the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. Between every incoming and outgoing breath, experience the divine shining through. In that gap, you see the divine shining through. Remaining in this mood of devotion, turn your attention within. From the divine outside, turn inward to the divine within. Understand? You are the very divinity that you wish to experience. When you experience God, what you are experiencing is your own true nature. This one understanding can transform all your base emotions into pure love. With the flowering of devotion, you experience the divine in yourself and in all. So let's start doing this. All of you, please sit straight with your head, neck, back, straight line. Sit straight with your head, neck, back, straight line. Remember your Ishta Devata, Swamiji, or your favorite person who just with remembrance you feel inspired. Now feel that deep devotion with them. when that deep devotional feeling become aware of the gap between the two breaths and fill that divine inside you, within you. Start doing this and experience that blissful energy. Spend few minutes meditating on this. Yes. I hope all of you enjoyed this meditation, and I request all of you to post your experience in the chat. You keep posting your experience in the chat. Now, we have learned so many powerful cognitions, and we'll be learning more and more in the upcoming season of Paramashivoham starting from tomorrow. So come with your friends and family for the upcoming Paramashivoham Level 1 program. And how do we raise in love with the Guru? Where Guru becomes our friend. Guru trusts us, rely on us. How Arjuna experienced the intimate, close relationship with Sri Krishna. How do we reach to that level? So let us listen from Swamiji to raise in love with the Guru, to raise in feeling connection with the Guru.
Let's enter into today's satsang in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Jnanakarma Sannyasa Yoga, verse.
Sayevayam maya tedya yoga proktah puratanaha bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyam hyetaduttamam.
Translation: that ancient science of intense action, which is the most elevated mystical doctrine, has been prescribed to you now because you are my loyal companion. The third biggest problem a disciple faces. See, first he questions the master. Hey, if the master is talking the traditional truths, the same thing he is repeating. He has not experienced anything new. If he is telling something from his own experience new, he is telling something on his own to make us do what he wants us to do, which is not traditional, authentic, time-tested. Bhagavan breaks both the questions at a time. He says, hey, it is the most ancient sacred secrets untold by me. Once he is convinced, the next doubt comes to Arjuna, which comes to all disciples. Why is all these great things being told to me? Am I qualified? I have seen so many fellows running away with the name, I am not fit. I am not qualified. Some run away feeling, for my caliber, I am not given the status and respect. Some run away, I am not fit. But both are same. Both will always be together. Both mental setup is one and the same. Sayevayam mayatedya yogaha proktaha puratanaha bhaktaha asime sakachaiti rahasyam hi etat uttamam. The Arjuna's doubt, why is all these great things be told to me? Bhagavan is clearing that doubt. Hey, I am telling all these great things not to exploit you. That's a big doubt. Oh, maybe he is telling all these things to brainwash me. Not to brainwash you, but to wash your brain. Brainwashing is different. Washing your brain is different. I don't do brainwashing. I just wash your brain. So this fellow gets into the doubt. Maybe he's trying to brainwash me. For that, Bhagavan is answering, hey, this ancient science of intense action, which is the most elevated mystical doctrine, has been prescribed to you now because you are my loyal companion. Very beautifully Bhagavan says, Bhaktaha asi me saka sa iti. Best thing can happen to you is when Bhagavan says, you are my royal companion. Loyal companion. Please understand. Bhaktaha and saka. When he is using both the word, you are a loyal companion and royal companion. I tell you. That's the greatest thing can happen to you. It's like all of you know the Prime Minister, but whether he knows you or not is the main thing. You always say, he's my friend, he's my friend. But whether Prime Minister says you are his friend, that is where the whole thing boils down. Yesterday, somebody was asking me, how much I have grown spiritually, tell me. I tell you, the scale to measure your spiritual growth is the honest feeling Master has about you. That's all. Understand? The honest feeling. See, if you pull out my archives and pull out your file, which I have inside, what is the conclusion of that file? That is your spiritual growth. That is your growth in life. Cosmos feeling about you is your spiritual growth. The ultimate blessing is Bhagavan saying, Bhaktaha asime sakachaiti. You are my devotee and companion. God. Even after this word, if this idiot is not breaking and falling at the feet of Krishna and just picking up the Gandiva and sending the arrow to kill Bhishma and Drona and all these fellows, I tell you, immediately he needs a Sangha meeting. Bhagavan is saying, you are my loyal companion. You can give life for this one word. Forget about one life. You can give life for this one word. And still this fellow is sitting and asking doubts. Bhagavan saying, you are my loyal companion. What more is required? Bhaktaha asime sakachayiti. Even the word loyal companion is too small word. He is saying devotee companion. Bhaktaha asime sakachayiti. Let me give you word by word meaning. Sayeva ayam maya te atya. He says, you are my devotee and also friend. Bhaktaha, devotee, asi, you are, me, my, saka, friend, cha, also. I want to give you word by word meaning. Only then you will understand how beautifully Bhagavan says. He says, you are my devotee and companion. That is the reason I am giving you this most mysterious, sacred, secret. Uttamam Ragasyam. He says, supreme secret. Sacred secret. Ragasyam hi etat uttamam. Because you are my friend and companion, I am giving you this great science. The most funniest thing happens around the masters is, these fellows, they think by just holding on to the place or some status, they can achieve the ultimate. No. Real achievement happens by the understanding or the conclusion master carries about you. I tell you, you can give up anything to rewrite that, create that properly and rewrite that properly. That is why I always tell people, with master, before committing, think again and again. Because nothing else matters in the planet Earth. Your spiritual growth, mental growth, physical growth, wealth, relationships, everything can happen just if the master's grace is there on you. Nothing will be useful if that grace is not there on you. So build right file in master's heart. Your book of heart does not show your spiritual growth. It only shows your spiritual struggle. My book of heart shows your spiritual growth. Understand, in my book of heart, if you see the index and see your name page, what that page says, what is the conclusion, updated this moment. My book of heart is electronic, cosmic electronic. Constantly gets updated. What my book of heart says about you, that is your spiritual growth. Here, such a beautiful way, Bhagavan is feeling about Arjuna. You are my devotee. That itself is enough. See, Bhagavan saying that I accept you as my devotee, I feel you are my devotee. That is enough. What more this fellow needs? I don't know what far he is waiting and what other ways he need to be convinced. Actually, this should be the climax. But this Arjuna's dumbness, it is not even an interval. After this, there are 2-3 songs, then stunt, 1 or 2 fight, then climax comes. Actually, this should have been the climax. Bhagavan saying, hey, you are my devotee and friend. Saka, he says friend. That's the most sweet space. The relationship is so explicitly, clearly described by Bhagavan. After that, what else you need? Very beautifully he says, because you are my friend and companion, I give this great science to you. This great science, ancient science of intense action, I am giving it to you. I tell you, if I feel you are honestly committed to me, you will listen to me. If I trust you will listen to me, I will prescribe the same thing to you. Bhagavan says, he trusts Arjuna. You are my devotee and companion. That is why I am sharing this most sacred secret with you. Ragasyam hi edat uttamam. Ragasyam hi edat uttamam. I can say this whole verse is with a lot of emotion. This cannot be interpreted intellectually. The meaning, Bhagavan says, come on. You are my friend and companion, devotee. That's why I am giving these signs to you. No. The context needs to be understood. Bhagavan is not giving this great Gita to Bhima. Bhima may not even need. Just one instruction from Krishna is enough. Yudhishthira is not giving it to great Dharmaraja Yudhishthira. I tell you, too much of morality, you can't receive the ultimate science. For the ultimate science, you need certain kind of a closeness where you step outside morality, where morality is not the frame with which you relate to the master. Of course, it's very sensitive, subtle subject where you need to understand it very intelligently. Otherwise, the whole thing can become one more scandal. Yudhishthira relates with Krishna with a clear moral frame. Oh, uncle. And always Yudhishthira will get up when Krishna comes. It was completely different relationship. But Arjuna's is more romantic relationship. Krishna and Arjuna, it was more romantic. Otherwise, will a friend ask, it will be nice if I can have the physical pleasure of your body also. Maybe this fellow thought, what is this? So many women are falling for him. There must be something. Anyhow, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna, you need to understand the whole context. Only then you will catch this whole. It is such a sweet intimacy where the boundaries of social morality, social lines are not the priorities. Of course, Arjuna never disrespected Krishna, but the social morality, social lines were not restrictions. They are not priorities. The closeness and the intimacy has become such, the social boundaries have become dull. They become dim. It was such strong connection. See, Sakadeva was a disciple of Krishna. Sakadeva learned many of the Shastras from Krishna. He is a disciple. Nagula is a great devotee. But none of them received this Bhagavad Gita because none of them had friendliness, where Bhagavan can speak the truth as it is. Bhagavan is very beautifully saying, you are my devotee and friend. Because you are my devotee and friend, I am teaching you this supreme secret. Rahasyam hi edat uttamam. Most sacred secret, I tell you. The essence of this verse is, evolve yourself, where Master says, he really trusts you. He feels you are his devotee. He feels you are his companion. The most loyal companion. Nothing else matters in the life. If your master can say, you are his friend and companion. Gurupataka sloka very beautifully describes worthlessness of everything when you don't fall at the feet of the master, and you will have everything when you are at the feet of the master. The context in which these words are uttered, that makes the meaning for this whole verse. Bhagavan says, because you are my devotee and loyal Friend, I am telling you the most sacred secrets, the ultimate truth, the ultimate secret to raise your life to my level. See, it's like if I had a son or a daughter to whom I want to give the best of my life, what I'll give, I'm giving the same thing to Gurukul kids. To our Gurukul kids. The reason is because I trust them, they will receive, they will imbibe. When I was reading their vision statement, I really felt jealous and I want to join the Gurukul. Bhagavan is saying, I have this trust on you. That is why I am teaching you the supreme sacred secret. So the essence of this verse is prepare yourself and make yourself worthy of masters. Feeling connection. That's the right word. You feeling connection with master is not that important. He feeling connection to you is that important. That's why I'm telling you. You seeing him is not that important. He seeing you is really important. You seeing him, you will pick up only whatever is comfortable for you from his words and do. When he sees you, he will pour his whole being into you. Rahasyam hi edat uttamam. Bhagavan says the ultimate sacred secret, ultimate mystery. Loyal companion. I tell you, anything can be done in your life to catch in his heart the place loyal companion. Having place at the feet of the master is not that great, but having place at the heart of the master is the real ultimate thing. See, anybody comes to my feet, I give the place. My feet is the one thing which can never do the action of kicking. My feet can do all other movements other than kicking. So anybody comes to the feet, get the place in the feet. Getting place in the feet is not that difficult or that great. That's just the initial level. But getting place in the heart is the real achievement. Bhagavan is saying, because you already have place in my heart, I am teaching this great science to you.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment. He is the 293rd Pontiff of the world's most ancient Hindu organization, Madurai Adinam.
Nithyanandaya swagatam Anandanubhavaswadam Sarvaroganivarakam Vande Papa Vinashaktam Nithyanandaya swagatam Nityamuktam Nirvikalpam Dhyanaloka Pradipakam Vande Shantamayam Bandham Nithyanandaya swagatam